In the second decade of the 20th century, a new Canadian landscape movement was forged by several Toronto-based artists. These painters were drawn to the rock and water, the trees and space, almost infinite space, of Canada's northern wilderness regions. Toronto's Arts and Letters Club was a meeting place for writers, artists, critics, and patrons. Members of the group of seven met here regularly over lunch to discuss issues of the day and share their common goals. 3 years before the official founding of the group in 1920, this man, Tom Thompson, drowned in a wilderness lake at age 39. He played a critical role in the early years of the movement, inspiring the members by his love of the North. Lauren Harris had begun by painting urban views featuring brightly colored houses, but he was rapidly drawn to the stark, cleansing landscapes of the North. A.Y. Jackson, the gregarious Alec, had an uncomplicated love of the physical world reflected in his lively images, frequently of remote rural life in winter or early springtime. Arthur Lismer was an internationally respected art teacher. In his paintings, he attacked the northern motifs with vigor. His images can be blunt and rough, more hewn than painted. J.E.H. MacDonald, the poet of the group, sought to comprehend the ever-changing character of the bush, its countless moods of tenderness, of anger, or excitement. Frederick H. Varley, the bohemian, the dreamer, he worked in glimmering colors, creating emotionally charged landscapes as well as some of Canada's most sensitive portraits. Franklin Carmichael, a respected commercial artist and outstanding craftsman. His pictures are composed with care, his motifs crisp and defined. And finally, Franz Johnston, a gifted designer who reveled in the tangled patterns of the North. Johnston left the group prematurely, making room for A.J. Casson. Casson's paintings of rural Ontario towns and villages became a trademark, his oils and watercolors fresh and assured. Although their paintings were inspired by the rugged country landscapes, Tom Thompson and the group of seven members were city dwellers, all regarding Toronto as their home base. Many of them worked in the city's design studios, where, to earn a living, they utilized their training as graphic artists. By the early 1900s, a portion of Ontario's vast hinterland had become accessible as roads and railways continued to open up. The province of Ontario's Northern Nature Reserve, Algonquin Park, an area 3 times larger than the country of Luxembourg, could now be reached by train. Members of the group took advantage of this luxury. Their trips to the north, which began in 1912, were usually of short duration, weekends or holidays, although they lasted up to 6 months in Thompson's case. They didn't settle in the wilderness. They were visitors, but visitors with a mission to comprehend this untouched, largely unpeopled world. The North was a feast of colors and forms, sometimes luxurious and opulent, sometimes raw and austere. But its beauty was distinctly Canadian, rugged and unpolished, not European, and the artists reveled in its rich physicality. Members of the group came to regard nature as a powerful spiritual force which might be comprehended through prolonged contact. J.E.H. MacDonald spoke of the need to paint the soul of things, the inner feeling, rather than the outward form. And Lorne Harris of his deeply moving experience of oneness with the spirit of the whole land. Nature approximated a religion, and each of their landscapes resulted in a public expression of their reverence. It wasn't so much the topographical details of the North they sought to impress upon the consciousness of their viewers in Canada's urban South, but the pervading mood of the region, its sense of solitude and release. Color was perhaps Thompson's and the group's most expressive tool, the most effective communicator of nature's shifting moods. They adopted the bold, aggressive colors of post-impressionists such as Vincent van Gogh, particularly appropriate to the intensity of a Canadian autumn. The almost untouched wilderness of Tom Thomson and the Group of Seven, which they so eagerly sought to conquer with brush and palette, is now threatened by more powerful conquering forces, commerce and industry. Their paintings no longer speak of a northern paradise awaiting discovery, but of a paradise which, if not already lost, faces an uncertain future.